Super. Yeah.
Oh, let me share my screen. So I'm unable to run my workflow since my trial has ended, but I can quickly give you a gist about what actually I was trying to build it. It's not although complete, but yeah, a basic framework. I have closed it. So basically, the problem which I was trying to solve is in my company, I work with the procurement team, and there are a lot of invoices which we get from the vendors across platforms. So, um, be it like different platforms like WhatsApp and other platforms on the mail, sometimes they send it uh, through different channels. So basically, what happens is at the end, somebody who needs to ensure that the payment is going in, he has to sit and collate every information, and they need everything on the Excel specifically to match the data and process the payments. So basically, the idea was that if we can create some kind of form and have it on board so that the complete flow of getting that invoice uploaded on the Google Drive and saved within our database, and then we can extract information on the Excel directly. So basically, that is what something I was trying to solve. So this is what I have created. So my workflow starts with the form submission. Uh, Let me see if it runs by any chance. Cool. So this is a basic platform right now. I'm not adding much details. It's on the click. I can upload a file over here. Mm, Let me quickly upload a file. When I submit this, so yeah, there's a. Is my screen visible?
Wait, no, I'm not able to see it.
Yeah, it just got disabled.
Just a second. Sorry. Yeah. So basically, when I upload a form, it gets uploaded to my Google Drive. Then I'm extracting it again, like downloading it again, so that it goes through for all the data is extracted in a textual format. Uh, then basically, I'm using ChatGPT in between, who's analyzing that text and giving me specific fields. So I have mentioned that what fields am I looking for: invoice number, invoice date, vendor name, all those fields. And I have given a prompt to ChatGPT that how exactly does it look like. Let me show you the prompt. What exactly is the invoice number? What could be multiple names of the invoice number? Because every invoice has a different structure. So I have given that prompt to ChatGPT. Basically, it takes out those specific details from me, and then it is appended to a row in a Google Sheet. I'll show you one of my I ran 1, 2 invoices. I can show you that. Just 1 second. So I got outputs like in row number 5, row number 7. Others were trial outputs. But basically at the end of the flow, this is what I'm getting. So this is the basic out structure. We are looking to get more details out of this to streamline the entire process so that nobody has to do it manually. That reduces that time. Yeah. So that is how it is.
This is nice.
Hey, I mean, I'll be opening the floor for questions. I had two questions.
Sure.
Uh, so the problem statement is a lot of invoices are coming in email, and the team members can just use the tool to upload it. Like, what is currently happening, and how will this solve the problem from business point of view?
So currently, usually somebody sitting and collating all that information in one place.
Okay.
There's a teammate which we have in place who's collating all the information from different platforms. So, for example, if an invoice is required, he has to go and search in that invoice through the mails, or he has to reach out to the vendor. So basically, this outflow says that vendor has to submit the invoice on this only. Will not accept invoice from any other medium.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this is going to be shared with the vendors to upload
Yes.
their invoices. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, and second question is, in that if you can show the workflow. I mean, I tried similar thing for the last time when we had this demo. I think it was a messy way for me to upload and get the content as binary. Can you walk us through how you did that upload, download, and what will be the input for extraction of file?
Upload, download. Basically, are you talking about when I upload the file and
Yeah, upload the file on drive, I understood. The
hmm.
download and how does the input to extract from file looks like?
Okay, so basically, I have again downloaded the data. I have given the source as my previous node, which
Okay.
is the upload Google Drive. So
Okay.
it's picking up, downloading the file from there,
Okay.
and then extract from file was a node which was helping in basically taking out all that data from the file.
I
So
see.
it's
This
extracting everything from the PDF. It's a PDF format only.
got it. And okay, got it. Okay. This was already pre-built node in n8n, is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's already it's there in the NAT.
Got it. Okay, understood. Any challenges you faced in, is it the first time you're building in n8n?
Yeah, I'm building it for the first time. I
Okay.
faced a couple of
Uh,
challenges in understanding, but yeah, looks a bit
would you
better.
want to share one or two of challenges that you had to work on?
So basically, it was very initially it was very difficult for me to understand like what was the binary data. So
Mm.
I had to research around it, understand then nodes. So basically, when I initially started, I had form submission and then I had manual click also. So both of them were not joining. I was a bit confused at what is happening. Then I gradually realized both of them are separate triggers and we cannot connect them probably through the same journey. So yeah. So initially I was stuck over there. Then binary data and couple of terms I was unable to understand. Yeah.
Sorry, thanks.
Awesome. Any other questions, folks? Arun, do
Hey,
you have? Because you've been something.
Is it possible for you to share this or maybe make it as a template so that others can use?
Yeah, I
If
can do
that's
that.
Awesome.
I also have one question, Praveen Bala. Is it that Microsoft Power Automate and n8n are quite similar, or do they have differences in function? Because while researching, I came across Microsoft also.
I have not used Power Automate actually.
Not used.
I have not.
I think the entire world was running with n8n, so we just picked up n8n. The form of not using n8n, to be very honest, from my point of view.
And that's it. Cool. Thanks, Greg.
Tuvin had a question.
hey, yeah. So the question, Tanish, for you was, so did you do any validations on whether the output you were expecting is pretty much what you might have gotten with your team member?
Validations in terms of like, are you talking about the fields I was expecting, or the
Yeah.
data was it correct or not?
Yeah, basically your output, was it pretty much what you expected out of, say, for example, what the existing flow was that Praveen was talking about, right?
Basically, so I think that validation part, if the data is getting correctly out of the invoice, is something I have not put in right now. But the
Okay.
output which my teammate was expecting was a kind of similar output, which I'm trying to take out here. In there are a couple of fields still missing, but as I said, working across the workflow right now. So yeah, we'll build it over the time.
And Bala, one question to you, man, and maybe you can. So one thing that I'm kind of playing around with, right, is that these are fairly large models for fairly simple problems, right? Like you could probably have a smaller model do this for you, right? You don't need the entire OpenAI model to do it for you, right? Um, have we tried, like, have you guys tried that? Have you guys thought through that a little bit?
Sir, did you say it's for me? The question?
Well, anybody. I'm just, what I'm playing around with is, do you even need like a full-fledged model, right?
You don't. I think just to intervene, I think maybe you don't. Yeah, I mean, I do see that, but yeah, what's there in playing with it? But I see that if you don't really need even a small-fledged model. Probably you may need some embedding model or something just to do your job, to encode, and maybe you can extract whatever the information you need. Maybe that is Maybe good enough, probably. I just thinking.
Yep. Cool. Hey, thanks, guys.
Just taking a couple of minutes on it. So here is how I think about this, right? So you have invoices. Let's take invoices as a standard document. There are multiple problems with it. Number one is how do you extract text from a given invoice template? So that is traditionally what OCR platforms have been doing, right? So you have go to Amazon or Google or Microsoft. Everyone has their own, state-of-the-art OCR models, which are really good at extracting information if you give them a particular template. Now, the second part of the problem, which Tanish has actually shown, which is if there are multiple formats of templates that are actually available, how do I still extract it to a reasonable extent? So that is where the original OCR models will actually fail and the LLM models actually come in, because LLMs have they understand the documents and what is written. They're not just extracting based on positions. So that is the difference these LLMs actually bring in. Now, to answer your question, most people use these general purpose models, which are like really large models, to do that, because the specific models for OCR alone are not that established yet. There are a few, but they're not like so widely known. n8n has launched one, which I know, which is pretty good. And probably Tarun Muwala will probably have more information because he's the expert. He's been working on it actively for quite a while.
Hey guys, I mean, yep, definitely. There are like document related models which are getting better and better month by month. So yeah, I mean, not you can run on smaller devices, but yeah, you can like run on your GPUs and get it done for the basic single page or multi-pages invoice. But bigger ones with more complex details will definitely require a bit of larger models to help you with extraction, is what I'll say.
Yeah, and it is also mainly because of the world knowledge that they have. They understand the documents better than just like a smaller model which doesn't have world context. That makes a lot of difference. So that's why Gemini and other models are actually being much better. And if you look at cost point of view, actually, unless you are crossing millions of invoices a month, even bigger models like Gemini, etc., are decent enough at this point. Yeah, that's about it. Any other questions, folks? Otherwise, we can jump on to the next.
Just one question here: that how did you make sure that no invoice is missing or something? If something goes wrong in a workflow, at least there is a way to figure out something went wrong so that nobody manually misses it.
So basically, I have so like initially since I've built it, so I have tried uploading separate kinds of invoices. So in different formats. So one of the invoices which I realized was missed was images. Basically, a couple of vendors, what they do is they click an image and upload a file. So that needs OCR functionality, which is still not added to it. But apart from it, there's no such validation in terms of if an invoice is getting missed. I'll add it. Like, thanks for the suggestion.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Awesome. Chirag, do you want to go next?
Thanks, Bala. And good presentation, Tanish. So what I have done. Be honest, just can see. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So actually, what I do, I mean,
We can't see the.
also,
we still see the Google Meet screen.
Oh, okay. Just a minute, sorry guys. So what I do for a living is also I do business coaching. So I work with a lot of family offices and family businesses to help them decide the performance matrix for the founders. And a lot of time there are senior folks joining these companies. And the founders, I mean, the family guys don't know how to evaluate performance, what to do. So generally, when I get on an assignment, I generally do a half day, 1 day discovery call. And I was trying to think how I can use n8n to either make the discovery calls more efficient or maybe actually build a model which replaces me completely also if needed for the client. So this is what I have done. So if you see on the left, there's a Google Sheet trigger, and I'll take through the Google Sheet what questions. So this is where the client enters a set of questions, which generally I used to ask in my discovery call. So I plugged everything in a Google Sheet. Then I have used a Gemini model. So I've used the rice fact, the prompting to build, depending on these questions, what it does here, uh, and then generate an output. The output was in a very shabby form. I was not able to read the output. So there was something which I learned called as Markdown. So from there, I moved to Markdown and then connected it to my Gmail to create how one should evaluate a performance of a particular role. So this is the entire workflow. Let me share one example. So yeah, so this is like the form that the client gets, and these are the set of questions. So this is his email address. What industry does he operate in? What is the designation of the role that he wants to evaluate performance? What's the size of the team? Because a 10-member team versus a 1-member, 2-member team is very different. OPSP is one-page strategic plan, which I generally do for the clients, and rocks are the priorities for him. So he puts in, these are my 5 priorities for the quarter. Any other priority beyond the top 5 he puts in here. And then generally these people may or may not have job description, but if they have, they put it the job description. And then I push the client to say, what are you expecting from this role? The geography, and are there some annual long-term priorities? So I found these questions is what I was repeatedly asking the clients. So I put it here. From here, it goes to the Excel file. So just for a dummy data, I have put in here my own email address, a textile industry. I'm hiring a CTO, or I have a CTO with a team of 25, and some, what are the rocks, what are the priorities, what is the job description, and everything. So once the client puts in here, I'll just share this model. So this is all the questions, and this is the prompt after the question, which I have figured out what are the good performance metrics, what are the leading performance metrics, lagging performance metrics, which I do here. And then this was a standard functionality which I figured out by some Google search on ChatGPT on how to make the input better. And then I have linked it with my Gmail here. So if, I mean, I just filled the data to make this today's session a little efficient. So if I just execute the model, it will take the data. Generally, the trigger is whenever a client puts in the data, it will come in. It will run this model. I actually just executed it before. So now if I go here, you can see my Google account. So this is the output which it has generated. So hello there, it's fantastic to connect with you. And I had put in some stuff here. Just if it was executed, if it is executed, then it will still running. But this is how the output just like I had put for the CTO. So hello there is fantastic and everything. Coach from Success Alchemist. This is the name of the firm that I use in a textile industry. So these are the top 10 priorities which you should expect from the role. And these are the 25 performance metrics that one should start looking at and evaluating a person or the role at. So this is what. So now if you see the model has run, the markdown happened and the message has come. So you would have the latest one also. Yeah, so this is the latest one which came today for the textile industry.
Nice.
So I get the leading indicator, lagging indicator, and everything. Again, pretty scary in a way that it replaces my work completely, but also pretty interesting because I was just trying to play around with it. And actually, I tried it with one of the client in Delhi, a restaurant chain, and he loved it. So what happens is the discovery calls now become much more productive. Otherwise, it was draining. After 3-4 hours, you get bored. But now this is the starting point, and we now start discuss on these 25, and the quality has been pretty decent.
At least it'll act as a good first cut before you put your expertise in, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
So this, I mean, in the email it mentioned that there was a model. So you fed your algorithm or the way we need to process these metrics, is it, or is it more
Yes.
relying on Gemini?
No. I have fed the way it should process. What is the leading indicator, leading performance metric? What is the lagging performance metrics? Please ensure that there is a balance of leading and lagging. Otherwise, when you are doing a performance metric for a sales guys, generally it comes up with all the sales indicators, but it forgets the distribution indicator, the team strength indicators, and everything. So that I have.
Sorry. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's scary, but it is a performance evaluation can be automated then.
I'm sorry.
So it's pretty scary, as you said. Its performance evaluation can be automated, and as a
No. I
something
agree.
like
I
that.
mean, when this worked, I was scared itself that this replaces me. But then I thought, let me just, I better replace it with my model rather than someone else replacing me. But couple of people started using it.
In fact, we have done this in our organization, especially for the agents, where we record all the conversations and then analyze the conversations to kind of, rate the quality of conversation that the agent had with agent, as in the human being, right? In this case, agent had with the customer, and try to rate him on various parameters and metrics that we have defined. And we try to do the performance evaluation and decide on the variable component of their salary that we have to give to them, like the incentives and everything. And also guide them in terms of coaching requirements, areas of improvement, and all that.
Cool. So
Quite
that's
impressive. Thank
from
you.
my side.
Any other questions, folks? All right. So let's move on. Like, who wants to go next?
Maybe I can go next, Bala.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Just confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, a quick brief or quick, you can say my background is specifically as an embedded engineer, and I had spent my entire career developing firmware and hardware. So that's what my background is. And this problem statement which I have picked up, it's not really coming from my day-to-day work. It's coming from the work which I did few years back as a part of my advanced strategy course in IIM Lucknow, where we had been assigned like, okay, yeah, you have to pick some organization and do the industry microanalysis, where you have to go through the entire pestle details and then perform the internal analysis of organization, which looks into its organization structure, its profit and loss, uh, last few years of all the balance sheet, and then find out what is the strength, weakness, opportunities coming actually from the industry, and then finally suggest the strategy what organization has to pick up for being profitable in future. So we took, when I was doing this course, we took around 2 to 3 months, 4 of us. We had a small team in our for this project, and yeah, so we did a lot of intensive analysis. So recently I thought like, okay, yeah, since we had AI agents available and a lot of things can be automated, then why not I try actually the similar work what I did as a part of curriculum to automate it and see if it is possible. So I did develop a multi-agent system where there is a main agent, you can say like a manager agent, who accepts all the customer requirement. Like if some customer is asking like, okay, I'm looking for what I should do in next 5 years, then this is a guy who picks up. It goes through a detailed prompts like, okay, yeah, there are some conversation also related to the business, which customer can do with this agent. Apart from that, once the work starts, the manager picks up his analyst agent and flow actually the information to them according to their competency. So each agent, what you're seeing here, like microenvironment analyst, he is proficient actually in performing the macro level industry analysis. Similarly, the internal analyst, he is proficient in doing the organization level analysis or looking into the balance sheet and P&L, and then find out whether organization is doing good or not. And the third one is the strategy recommender or analyst who consumes all these information and then suggest like, okay, what has to be done for that. Uh, and he flows back to manager picks up this, create proper documentation, and then send it out actually as an email. So this is the entire workflow, how it works. Few tools I have integrated, which helps manager to do estimations and all those kind of simple activity. Just to see like, okay, whether I can get those kind of competencies inbuilt in these different agents. So that's what I did. Maybe I can just quickly show you a demo how it works. So from the chat prompt, you can ask, yeah, you can just do a simple conversation with manager. The conversations are little restricted. It doesn't go so open. So if you try to do anything, it won't respond back to you. It will restrict the conversation. So it looks for whatever is required for this agency only. So now if I ask him like, okay, can you send me report on Infosys? You can pick any organization name, it doesn't matter. So the prompts are written in such a way like, okay, you send them the, if you are not giving the industry detail, then internal analyst actually look into that and suggest that industry name to manager, and then he flow down actually to the other agent to get the pestle analysis done. So so you can see like, okay, our first agent is in work now. He's trying to perform the analysis and then provide the feedback back to manager. Sometimes it takes time because there's a lot of data what it pulls out. I hope you are able to see well how these agents are interacting to each other. Okay, so few things, maybe I let it complete. Few things which I need to still improvise is the formatting of the document, though the details are good, which are coming out, but yeah, maybe the representation of the document which I get out of this, maybe in few moments you can see it will arrive here. So those things needs to be improved, I believe. It's not up to that level. That's one observation which I had about these notes which I'm using. Second is I realized like, okay, n8n had a lot of limitations to integrate our own tools. So if we do have some Python tool already developed, but the interface is what n8n is providing, it's not self-sufficient actually to integrate our tool. Maybe I don't know how to really do it. Someone can suggest like, okay, how we can have our own complex tool integrated with n8n. Is it possible or not? So those are my observations in general about n8n. So,
You can expose, if you have an API, you can integrate the API with n8n. That is option number one. And But if it doesn't have a lot of Python packages, n8n also allows you to run Python code itself natively.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but somehow I was not able to make it working actually.
Yeah, it doesn't install packages. It has some other restrictions.
Yeah.
It's only for simple scripts. Anything complex you can't do over there.
Right.
This is the like a market report generator, is it?
It's not only the market report generator. Maybe let me show you little bit of. Okay, I think my network is causing some problem.
Oh, you got the mail. So, okay.
Yeah.
You can click on advanced and then proceed with the document.
Scroll.
Not an option.
Okay. Probably it's a company laptop installed.
It's not actually. My internet is little keep resetting, so it's causing a problem.
Okay. Can you just open the last note, the email note, so that we can see the output approximately?
Yeah, you can. Yes, that's possible.
Or the docs, I think. I don't know.
Oh, it just has the document ID, I think.
Yeah, it did not really showing up properly. Sometimes what happens is if our internets are resetting, then even Google is
There is a
causing
text
problem.
that is added, comprehensive report, executive summary. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe this is something which we can see, but this is more coming from the prompt and then those responses which it has collected later about the org and finally summarizing in the doc. It goes quite intense, so that's what I can see it in the previous reports. It does work well, but the format is something which is not pleasant, which I still need to work on.
And have you compared this output with something like deep research?
So the deep research, if we are okay, so let's say if we are doing it using a one single prompt in deep research, it can give you a lot of detail, but not, let's say if you're only looking for like 10 page or 15 page precise output. Okay, so then you might face a problem in the deep research because it will go left and right and collect actually most of the information. Like I believe you are talking about the perplexity deep research output.
Every one of them,
Is it true?
has one. Grok has one, so every one of them have this deep research.
Okay. So yeah, you can get it, you can get the information, but is it giving you in the required format and required, you can say details, what specifically you are looking for? You may face challenge actually if you're going with so open search using LLM. So the prompts are helping me. Actually, if I am having a very clear prompt written, let's say if you take this example. So this prompt is quite specific actually to the pestle only. So it doesn't go beyond this. So my entire report out when I get, it only looks for these 4 points in detail and summarize me actually in my final report.
Makes sense.
So one thing I found, the outputs are repeatable if we are using multi-agent. If we are using single agent, outputs are not repeatable. That's something which I did observe during this project.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
So all these different agents like macro environment, internal are all provided as tools to the manager agent, is it?
Yeah, yes, they are feeding
And
back to the manager and manager is controlling this finally. So let's assume if you are submitting your industry and organization detail both during the chat conversation, then it speeds up the process because manager knows like, okay, yeah, which industry, then it directly flows actually to macro and which organization directly flows to the internal analyst. And then the entire process goes faster. But if someone doesn't submit also, it is capable of doing the entire analysis.
I see. And how are the memories helping? Like, what is the use case of memory in this particular
If
thing?
means I believe like, okay, if it has to retain information, what it did pass earlier, And then if you wanted to refine, then the memory is helping. Manager definitely needs memory because it is keep switching from one agent to other agent. Individual agents may not need memory if they are only doing one-time activity.
Okay. Got it. Sure.
Hey, I have a question here. Hello, am I audible?
Go on, Vijay.
Yes, yeah. You're audible, Vijay.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to talk through my ear headphones, so I think that's why I was checking. Just wanted to ask, like, what about the sources that you're taking over here? Let's say, is it like through an internet search or?
Yeah, it's all open source data.
Okay, okay. And those sources are like cited. Is there anything that you're adding over there, over here? Any layer over there?
No, I'm not specifically asking for a source. So the prompts are going through actually all the available sources and then recollect or collect and summarize them from there. So I'm not
Okay.
giving any specific website or web source actually to be used only actually. It is going through everything, whatever is possible. And that's why it is taking a little bit of more time. I did try for a specific source kind of thing as well for manager. You can see this one, but that's like a just dummy HTTP link which I have used.
Okay.
But all these prompts are not really looking into a specific source. They are very generic. They goes through the details available across the globe and get it out.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
But probably it's a good point. Like if I wanted to give some tools which are like a specific pointing to a specific source, maybe it will be always using that source and not really moving around from there. That is possible.
So you are using, whenever you are using the model, same model across, right? I mean, you have a different model.
No, it's all OpenAI model. I have not used different models for these agents.
Okay.
Only names are written, but it's all OpenAI. And I have not customized anything.
I was just trying to relate to what I think Bala asked. Looks like, I think if you have to have a research, some agent can go and connect with Perplexity or someone. Okay, that way also can be possible, right? Yeah. So you were done. You have the report ready, or like?
Yeah, report should have come. I'm just trying to facing some problem.
How close your report is to your IIM project?
Means it's fine. It's not bad actually. But yeah, it might need some more refinement actually because adding the pictures or adding the infographics is little something which I could not get it done. The textual report and most of the information which I was looking for, I could get it. Yeah. So if you want to see the report, you can see it actually in the response here. But yeah, it's not in the right format, which I wanted to show. So you might see like some of the details are actually getting clubbed.
Quick question. Like you and Gerard both, have you guys used ChatGPT to write those prompts itself, or is it?
No, I wanted to do that, but I have not done that because I did once and it was actually creating more problems for me. If you see the prompts, what I have written, it's very simple text, nothing else.
Got it.
This is the kind of prompt actually I'm using.
No, even in my case, I did not use ChatGPT to write the prompt. I actually used the rice fact method, which I think we covered it in a couple of weeks ago session within Appliedai.club. So while the prompt is big enough, I used that framework to build it and got a good quality.
Means related to prompt, what I realized is if you just write in a simple language, as simple as possible is better actually to get output what you're looking for. So I just written in a simple English, just provided different steps. That's it. Any other questions?
All right, this is amazing work.
Thank you.
Okay. Who wants to go?
I will go next.
Yes, Navin. Yeah. Avinav, your screen is still shared.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I changed my project 4 times. This is the 4th project. But so this actually a product idea I've had for last few years, and I worked for Tata AI Life Insurance for the last 5 years, and there I saw that there's a big gap in the way that we do things. The number of agents that we have are in thousands. Other companies like HDFC, LIC have their sales agents. When I say agents in this context, I mean the real human physical sales agents, not the AI agents, in the numbers of lakhs. LIC especially, HDFC Bank, HDFC Life Insurance, and other insurance companies as well. So they do their own thing. You go to any branch and you will see some Comic Sans, a font being used, or some other brand, non-brand color being used. So which becomes very difficult for the brands to control. So the copy that they write is not great, and the visual identity is not maintained. So just to give you a few examples, and I've added the animations to also have the same sort of a scenario on how or this is used. These are not brand compliant. So, but the agents need speed, and they can't wait for the central brand team. That will be too slow for them to wait. Okay, wahan se, that they will send the content and then we will use it. So I have sort of created uh, a centralized brand control with automated distribution. So the central brand team defines the vision, the brand guidelines, and it curates the product focus, it curates the news articles, and it maintains the brand consistency. It so some of the things that it will do is that every business also has certain focus areas. We want to focus on these products or these categories, or we want to talk about these products. It can define the products also. Let not the sales agents choose or go rogue. Uh, Also, you don't need to always sell. If you are a sales agent, 365 days of the year, you don't want to sell. You just want to maintain a relationship or have a top of mind recall with your customers. That you can do by sharing great content with your customers without selling. So you want to share opinion articles, you want to share news articles, but with some brand twist. So we can take all of this and create it for the sales agents. This is the roadmap. Now I will go to the actual automation. So I wanted some humans in the loop capability, but not directly n8n, for the reasons that just a second. I want it to be easy for so within n8n, the humans in the loop automation happens within the app itself, and it has to be integrated with the app. I wanted to create it outside of that, so the brand manager does not need to have an account on n8n. If we are going to do this, say, on multiple uh, managers, or we have multiple people whose approval we required, then I don't want to do it. But that was not something that was working. So what, for the demo purposes, I have created the humans in the loop version, which is for simplification and ease purposes. So I will just run this now, and then we will see what happens. So for now, I have not included the product focus. I have not included the opinion articles, only the news articles. It has searched for some Google News articles based on the keywords that we defined. It formatted it in the way that we wanted to, and it has sent an email to the brand manager. So this is the email that the brand manager receives. Brand manager sees, okay, yes, this looks good. Ideally, I would want this to work, approve or go and get back better articles, or choose, okay, these 4 articles work, this one article does not work. Once this happens, so, but for the demo version, I can just approve it from here. Great, now rest of the things will work. And I will connect, I've connected the database over, and it will send to all the agents, active agents in the database. So this is the email ID. As an agent, once the brand manager approves, the agent receives this with the instructions: click any headline to instantly generate a 9:16 shareable poster for your customers. You can choose one or multiple stories. Each click makes a new poster. Once I click on this, now this part is not yet fully wired up, but I have hard coded some of these things. So once the agent clicks, it will go to the webhook of the link that they have selected. Again, the same database that was there, which has this information. So I have, for purposes, I've made this demo version of all the study group cohort with the first name, last name, etc. The emails. It will take, I have created the brand guidelines as well with the hex codes and the tone, etc. It will take all of these to build a prompt that this is the article that they selected. This is, you have to create a 9:6 poster, etc. Using these, this is how it should look like. Now, this also is not working because I think in the free version, I'm not, so OpenAI is not working. It's saying that too many requests are being sent. That's something that I still need to fix. But for demo purposes, I created one manually, which came out like this. So now if you compare these versus this using the steps that we defined, I think it's a pretty big step up, which can help a lot of these companies who are working with some lakhs of agents. And yeah, so I mean, I'm a non-tech person, and my respect for engineers has increased. And like, these are, I think we keep reading, these are duh, but a lot of the mistakes that I made, I first started with the entire vision that I had. I put it on Chat GPT. I asked it to create, and I uploaded it to the n8n nodes. It created a very big automation, a system, but I found it very difficult to work with. So then I started going step by step. I learned this yesterday from Bala, that you have to read the documentation, and beauty matters. I mean, I think we can see that this probably the aesthetic sense or the taste does matter, which is what maybe the AI cannot bring. And I think between simplicity, speed, or scale, you have to choose one or two maximum. You won't get all three. So yeah, these were the learnings.
So there were no issues in generating the text, is it? Because usually sometimes it jumbles up the text. How did you achieve that?
So issue
When you
in generating a
create an
text
image
meaning?
with the text, yeah, when you create an image which has textual content, sometimes the text is probably not
Correct,
correct.
correct, correct. I
How
was
did you do that?
expecting that will happen, but that didn't happen. And so I will just show you the prompt also. Now this is, as I said, I did this hard coded, and I did not do this on
Wait, are you
n8n.
showing? Acha, okay, prompt. Okay.
So I used the similar prompt that would have been created on n8n. Then it created this. Then I used this same to create the image. Now I was also expecting that it will use very random characters, but somehow it didn't happen. Maybe once I do this multiple times and repeat the process, I will run into that problem. But for now, I didn't.
Correct.
And Nimit, in the n8n workflow, you had these parentheses for formatting. What were those?
These.
Yeah. Yes,
These
this and
nodes,
the
right?
correct. Yeah.
Okay, so these are function nodes. So these are like rather than. So I tried to go less with as much as possible and try to hard code the steps because I wanted to define rather than using an AI agent. So if you will see, I have not used any LLM except in this part, and I have not used any AI agent also. So what this allows me to do is to, so this is the function or this is the code. I can run a
Okay.
custom JavaScript for this, which I got written through ChatGPT and a Claude and whatnot. Yeah. So I wanted the format, for example, in a particular way. I think a lot of us were struggling on the format of the email. So this is what I used to format the email, which helped because this was fully customizable.
Were the buttons at the end of the mail clickable? Those, I think, approve and reject you have added two buttons.
Right. So that's what I said. I want them to be clickable. I tried to make that work, but that did not work. So I opted for a simplified version for this demo, which is I created the approval node within n8n itself. But ideally, what I want to do is, so I will show you the other one. So the email goes to the brand manager. If the brand manager approves, then it goes to the approve node. If the brand manager does not approve, it goes back to the same function, which is running a Google News search, and then comes back with more articles till the time the brand manager approves. But for now, I haven't been able to make them work.
Have you deployed this in production already? Is there any impact you're seeing?
No, I haven't deployed this in production. You mean like making this active like this?
No, I mean to say, using it in your workplace, basically.
No. I created this, like I finished with this at 9:50 a.m. because if it's a study group, then we have to do it last minute. So, but I plan to work further.
Correct. And if you take it to production, we'd love to, you can put on the group on, what is the business impact you're seeing.
Yes, I intend to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, super. Thanks.
Thank you, Bala and Praveen, for this community. Absolute, like a lot of help from you guys, and the fact that we were able to do this.
Awesome to see this. Great work, Namit. I just have one question here, maybe for the order group as well. So let's say if you are preparing, I saw that you created the poster as a separate image, right? Which has this text content and all. So I was just thinking like if you put these prompts, I've not used an image generator for creating such posters. So that's why I was just asking if you're having a separate text as such. Does the image generator cause any issues while errors, or can we have two separate components, one for the image and one for just the something like a presentation or a creator or something like that instead of an image creator? I was just curious to understand why did you use the image creator?
Yeah, ideally, I would have wanted a Canva sort of a template which we create, Canva or any other, in which I can feed in the exact dimensions of the thumbnail, the exact dimensions of how I want the source and the byline and the text to look like.
Yeah.
It was basically that's in the roadmap, but that's not what the MVP has. Ideally, I want to have more control, and I would do that if I had the time.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Who wants to go next? Are there more people waiting to present today? Anybody else? Great. Guys, any other feedback or questions on the study groups or anything that you think you can make it better? I think Bala's on mute, but I'll fill in when it comes.
I think thanks, Praveen. Thanks, Bala. Reiterating what Nimit said, I think it's super helpful, at least for people like us who are completely non-tech guys, and actually scared, I would say, to even look at this. So you can just sit in the audience, attend. But I think the study group concept forces us nudges us to dirty our hands in a very positive way. So thanks a lot.
Right. Yeah, I think like Nimit said, the last time I was part of it, I was like 1 week before, I was like, Paula, I have not done anything. It's not working. Like, you have to do it. It's like, okay, fine. And literally I had to put like 4 or 5 hours every day to get to a shape of working. But I think sometimes some of those positive stress, I think, is helpful.
Yeah.
Super. I don't know. Bala, are you there?
Hey, I just came back. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think we're just catching up on feedbacks and study groups, but I don't think we have any more to present. But I will leave it to you for any closing notes.
No, awesome. This is great. I think I'm very happy that this thing is actually working. The whole insight came from a thing that when Praveen and I started this, we independently tried to do different projects. We were trying to do vibe coding, etc. We even hired engineers to kind of help us with some of the projects we had. Had we not worked together, we wouldn't have done any of it. But when we started working together, like we were each of us, none of us could help each other, but we at least were there for cribbing. Like, this thing is not working. Like, how am I supposed to do this? Why are we even doing this? Why are we, after 17 or 15, 17 years in work experience, why are we trying to learn coding, etc.? So these are the kind of conversations we used to have. But yeah, like we were at least we had each other to kind of crib and help each other out. So that's kind of like the similar concept here. I'm glad that it is helping. And again, one more thing I want to iterate, right? Like, so nobody is an expert here. All of us are trying to learn. I come from a non-tech background. So yeah, we'll do more of this. And please keep your feedbacks coming so that we can actually try to make this much better. Awesome. Yeah.
Have a great.
If you're not part of the community, please consider joining Appliedai.club. And we also, if you have any other suggestions on how we can do this better, please share that with us.
Perfect. It is maybe next week. We'll send it out. Somebody wants part of the study group already.
Yeah.
Super. Lovely. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Also, I set it up my UPI just because of this 499. I didn't have a UPI. So Praveen and I were struggling. How do I pay? So finally, I set up UPI for this. So that was also advantage.
You deserve to be refunded. We will refund it back today.
No, it's okay. Because I am based in Dubai, I keep on hearing this UPI stuff. Finally, I said, "Nahi, yaar, if I want to do tech thing, I have to get updated on these things." Thanks, guys.
Okay. Lovely.
Bye.
Bye.